Hey guys, this is EJ Holland with the Wolverine.com, and we are back with another Michigan recruiting report here exclusively on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for free. Get updates every time we drop new videos on everything Michigan football, recruiting, basketball, and so much more. And also subscribe to the Wolverine.com for $1 for 1 month. Today, we're going to be breaking down 5 priority recruits for new defensive line coach Lou Esposito. So Esposito really needs to get on these 5 guys as he gets into the groove here at Michigan and hits the recruiting trail hard. First guy on the list is someone that Esposito has already made contact with, and that is top 100 edge Nathaniel Marshall out of Chicagoland. So Marshall has been a top priority for Michigan for quite some time. Head coach Sharon Moore saw him during the winter contact period. No pre-existing relationship with Esposito, but I will say that Esposito has recruited really well in Chicagoland in the past. He's well connected to high school coaches out there. So that, kind of network should help him in the Marshall recruitment. Marshall visited Michigan twice last year. He was actually set to visit this spring, ended up canceling the visit when there was no defensive line coach. So, now that Esposito is in place, it wouldn't be surprising to see Marshall make a trip to Michigan here before the spring game on April 20th. He's ranked extremely high, the number 3 defensive lineman, number 31 overall prospect in the country, 6'5", 265. Michigan likes him as a bigger athletic edge. He can definitely play the 4-eye as well. Miami has taken the lead on the On3 recruiting prediction machine. Obviously, the Hurricanes have done well recruiting in Chicagoland. They landed 2 top 100 guys last year, Marquise Lightfoot, Justin Scott. They obviously play NIL well, so Esposito needs to get rolling here in this recruitment. Next up on the list is another top 100 recruit, and that is DJ Sanders out of the great state of Texas. Now, a lot of you guys might not be familiar with DJ Sanders, but Michigan hosted him for a visit on Monday. He has family in the Detroit Metro. He's ranked as the number 89 overall prospect nationally, number 6 defensive lineman, and he's not an edge guy. He is a defensive line guy all the way, 6'3", 290. Would fit in really well as a 3 tech. And right now it seems like the edge board is a little bigger than the actual defensive line board. DJ Sanders is right up there. And, Michigan will probably get a boost as well from having a staff member that has direct ties to Texas in new special teams coordinator J.B. Brown. So, visit went well. Texas A&M considered the heavy favorite. Sanders also just visited Texas last week, but Michigan, the out-of-region school, that's kind of piquing his interest. So we'll see what happens now that he's had a chance to meet Esposito. Next on the list is a guy that Esposito already had a pre-existing relationship with, and that is Damien Shanklin out of Indiana. So, Esposito was at Memphis for a short bit before joining the Michigan staff. And obviously you're not going to recruit a lot of high caliber, Michigan level prospects to Memphis, but Shanklin is a recruit that Esposito decided to throw his hat in the ring for. And they've already developed a really good relationship. Shanklin's planning to get back to campus soon. Remember, he visited last fall for the game against Ohio State. Ranked as the number 85 overall prospect in the country, number 11 edge. Notre Dame, the heavy leader on the On3 recruiting prediction machine. Michigan doesn't show up here, but I think if there is a school that could potentially beat out Notre Dame, it's Michigan or Ohio State. I think those are the 2 schools that are really catching his attention, and Esposito will have a fair shot to really make a move in this recruitment once they get him back to campus. Speaking of guys, Michigan is getting back to campus. Maran D was at Michigan on Tuesday, another Indiana edge that the Wolverines are making a top priority. He's a top 100 recruit on On3, ranked as the number 47 overall prospect in the country. Now, Ohio State has the heavy lead for Dye, and I would agree with that. But I think him returning to Michigan, meeting with Esposito shows that the Wolverines have at least a small shot in this recruitment. He's a really intriguing kid. Originally started off as unranked when he was first recruited by Michigan, and now obviously has shot into the top 100 on three. 6'6", 235. Michigan would love to get him in as a pass catcher, but some work to do to beat out the rival Buckeyes. Next on the list is one of my personal favorites, and that is edge recruit Jaylen Williams out of Chicagoland. Now, he's not as highly ranked as some of the other prospects on this list, but I was super impressed with him when I saw him in game. He's a top 300 guy on the industry ranking, 4-star prospect. Michigan has the heavy lead on the On3 recruiting prediction machine. He visited on multiple occasions last year, but obviously a lot of transition going on at Michigan. He was close to Mike Elston, was disappointed when Elston left, then was excited when Greg Scruggs was hired. Obviously Scruggs left. And so now you have Esposito, who doesn't have a pre-existing relationship, but like I mentioned with Nathaniel Marshall, you know, he is well tied in the Chicago area. And, you know, Jaylen said he had a great conversation with Esposito a few days ago. He told me he's planning to come back to Michigan. So it's imperative for the Wolverines to keep up momentum in this recruitment as other schools have started to kind of creep in and take advantage of Michigan's transition period. But he remains an important piece to what Michigan is trying to build on the defensive side of the ball. And it was great to see that Esposito has already reached out, that Jaylen's still, you know, reciprocating interest and is planning to return for a visit this spring. So those are 5 defensive line recruits that will be priorities for new defensive line coach Lou Esposito. For more Michigan recruiting, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also like this video and subscribe to the Wolverine.com for $1 for 1 month.